All right. Hey, everyone, and welcome to Impact Marketer. Today's guest is founder and CEO of multiple agencies. He got his first entrepreneurial bug when he was 11 years old, when he wanted to buy a cell phone. He took $40 he had saved from his grandma to buy phone cases and toys until he turned it to $300 to purchase a Nokia cell phone. Retail arbitrage became his first profitable side hustle. And as every new entrepreneur does, he took that money and he put it into something he thought would be profitable, which was stocks, and he lost it. He kept losing thousands of dollars before he realized that he needed to change his focus. Even at such a young age, he was bright enough to realize and see trends around him and started selling fidget spinners, and they caught fire. He had amassed an army of kids selling his toys across 4 different high schools and used that success to catapult his new startup called Evercent, which he later sold the tech to L'Oreal. He now runs Fizma, a 120-person and growing full-service digital agency, and Refizma, a real estate-specific tech and marketing agency that builds out IDX for real estate agents. He's been featured in Voyage Atlanta, Kivo Daily, and Gwinnett Daily Post. He has a 100 million follower network, grosses 3.5 billion views per month, and is about to hit a 6-figure per month agency. And on top of it all, he's 17 years old. Please help me and welcome Faiz Imran.
Hey, thank you for having me on the show for sure, Rony. Always nice to do stuff with you.
Appreciate you being on, brother. All right, man. So the first segment of the show is Talk of the Day with Rony Hay. And I'm going to hit you with some speed round questions, if you will, okay? So first question, man. What do you want to be known for in the next 10 years?
Myself, okay, in the next 10 years, I want to be known for the person who revolutionized social interaction. And while a lot of people are like, well, Faiz just owns an agency, or, I was just part of a startup, my end goal is to have a social communication platform. I don't want to be relying on Instagram like we are now. My accounts are getting like millions in engagement. They're growing by hundreds of thousands a week. And then one day, everything just stops. Instagram has a new algorithm update. We have to change. We have to adapt. We have to restart. And this happens every few weeks. Anybody who's legitimately in the game understands this happens to Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. TikTok has no boundaries at the moment. That's why everybody and their mom is becoming viral. It's going to get to the point, even Gary Vee was talking about this, it's going to stop. So I want to have my own platform, which I allow other people to expand on along with our own, social media content expansion on our own platform. So that's my long-term goal.
And what does that actually look like? What does that mean?
Okay, so I don't know, honestly. There's a lot of ways you could get into it, but think something like WhatsApp and Instagram, pretty much another version of Instagram, but, worked upon it. And of course, our goal would be to have a more, how do I say this, media, like content interaction-based platform. Not saying that Instagram isn't, already doing amazing. It's just somewhere down the line, they're going to have some type of downfall, somewhere where we're going to pick up on and we're going to just run with it. But I don't want to give too much away, of course, but that's the long-term goal.
Yeah, man, for sure. Yeah, I guess my question there is just like, how are you going to add more value? Because you're essentially asking people to leave a already working platform to come to yours. So I'm asking, like, how is that going to be possible? Because I think they have to be I don't
know. I have that goal.
I love
Figure out how to make it possible. Yeah, and we're going to come back like 10 years from now and be like, that's how he did it.
Like, I documented it right now on this podcast. Dope, dude. All right, man. Question 2, man. And we've kind of got into this when we met in person, but if you had to start over with nothing but the skills that you have now, what would you do? And how would you do it?
I forgot what I told you when we met, but if I started over with nothing but I had now, what would I do? Oh, I would not involve myself in the business in the early stages as much as I did before. When I say that, what I mean is I would have started by, yes, I would have, and initially I'd have to have a portfolio, do free work, have some knowledge myself. But back then I would have, number one, launched more Instagram accounts and done more content on my own because there's better reach or more organic reach back then. I feel like organic reach is dead now because Instagram knows everybody will promote their post. So if you don't promote your post, you don't get organic reach. And a lot of people are talking about that this last few weeks. But another major thing business-wise, what I would have done was, yes, build my portfolio. Once I had a first few clients coming in, I would have not touched any of the project I would either outsource it 100%, or I would have hired in-house somehow by taking on an investor. But the goal would be to get them in-house, because another big mistake I made was when I first started, I attempted to outsource and quality was so bad. I just looked like every other agency. Like literally every other agency is outsourcing to some person in India. Philippines is a little better in English-wise, but still Pakistan, all that stuff versus a United States-based guy who studied user UX and, user experience and design. It's you can't compare. So that'd be the biggest thing I would have changed.
Okay, so to reiterate, you would have involved yourself less in the beginning now in the business if you're starting out and outsource to someone of quality.
Of quality, or if possible, not even outsource. Just have them in-house. But of course, that's really, really hard, to afford a salary up front. And then with the content engagement-wise, I would have launched more. Like, it's like right now you guys should be going crazy on TikTok, because even if you lose, it's not that big of a loss, right? But if you win big. Got
it. Okay. Cool, man. So this last question, the question usually is, what would you tell your younger self? But you're 17. So I thought a little more creative.
Okay.
What promise can you make your future family or kids?
That after I die and after they die, they're going to be remembered because of the change and the legacy I left behind. So it needs to be like multi-generation deep. For example, people are going to remember Steve Jobs after our generation and our kids' generation because they're using computers that were made by him. So it's going to just, the legacy will just carry on, because Apple, the device, the iPhone, all that shit, it's going to carry on. Like,
yeah,
somebody's going to be like, I wonder who started this, and their name is going to be attached to it. So when I revolutionize social media interaction, they're going to be like, where did this concept come from? And I want my name tied to that. And it's going to impact their lives. So.
Mm-hmm. So how do you define legacy then?
Legacy to me is impacting billions of lives in a positive way and improving their lives. So improving their lives for example, the computer or the people that do medicine, it helped them, stay healthy. It made all these people that were sick healthy. It made sure people wouldn't get sick again. With the internet, it helped get data from one place to another place. That also worked with impacting lives. People that were dying because they didn't have the right information, now have the information. People, it just goes so deep. Like, we can keep going on and on, but yeah.
Yeah, I love it, dude. No, for sure, man. And do you know where that drive for legacy comes from in you? Is that from your parents? Like,
I don't know, because my parents, they're family oriented. They're not legacy oriented. They want to leave a legacy within our family. But that's about it. But myself, I don't know. I don't want to be like everybody else. Like, that's one thing. As even a kid, to me, average is the worst thing I could be. Like, I despise it. Why would I want to be like every other person, all the other 7 billion people out? I want to be different. I want to stand out. Even if people hate me for it, I want to stand out for being good or doing something good to humanity, even if people don't like me initially for it.
Growing up, was there a point in your life where you felt like everyone else? You felt like it being detrimental?
I don't know. I feel like if I did, I would have changed it real quick. Like, real quick. Like, people told me, don't do this, and I did exactly that. Just to like that. And then all the trends people were, getting into, I was the one either curating them in the area or, giving them resources to follow the trend. Hoverboards, I remember I had 20, 30, like if you guys ever interview my parents, they were crazy annoyed because every day we had like 3 hoverboards show up at our doorstep, and we had stacks of hoverboards because I'm like, this is it. And I'm just reselling. And I was always the one, being the outlet for kids to follow these trends, but I was never following them myself.
And how did you find those trends at such a young age?
Go to school, something picks up, and I hop on it to be instead of them ordering online, it's like, hey, you want it tomorrow? I can get it for you tomorrow. Mm-hmm. So just offering convenience, that convenience value, it's like a basic principle of business. The easier you make it for them, they take that outlet.
For sure, but even the awareness part, how are you aware? Because you need to be aware before you can start.
I had a really good value. They mentioned things. Oh, the volume picked up on this, hey, a lot of people are ordering this. Try this. What do you think about this? Have you heard of this? So that helps.
Cool, man. All right. Thanks so much for this quick talk of the day episode.
For sure.